Our sports reporter is Selina Sykes. She's covering the games for us and she's in Rabat today. Selina, look, really good to speak to you. Let's talk then about Nigeria, Morocco, that later game kicking off at about 8 p.m. and I think it's happening just behind you.
That's right, Nadia. Obviously, still a few hours to go, so not many fans yet, but we're expecting a clash of the titans between Nigeria and Morocco. The Super Eagles, who have the best attack of the competition with 14 goals scored so far, led by their talisman, Victor Osimhen, who has got 4 goals and 2 assists, and also Admiral Lookman, who's having a great tournament with 3 goals and 4 assists. Alex Iwobi, the Fulham midfielder, also a key playmaker for the Nigerians. They will be without their captain, though, Wilfred Ndidia, who is serving a 1-match ban after having picked up a second yellow in the knockout stages. Nigeria have been soaring at this competition so far. The Super Eagles have won all their matches, including a dominant 2-0 win over Algeria in the quarter-finals. So they will be up against the best defence of the competition now. That is the Atlas Lions, who've just conceded 1 goal in the competition so far. They also boast the best goal scorer so far in their ranks, Brahim Diaz, who has scored 5 goals in 5 matches so far. Great competition for the Real Madrid winger. If he manages to net another goal this evening, well, he will make history at AFCON. He'll be the first player in history to net 6 goals in 6 consecutive matches at the competition. So we're expecting a tight encounter here between 2 titans of African football, Morocco and Nigeria. Morocco, who are obviously hoping to get into their first final since 2004 and win their first AFCON here, obviously on home turf since in 50 years. Obviously a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations are here on home turf, while Nigeria, meanwhile, looking to get into back-to-back finals. They got to the last edition, the final last edition back in Ivory Coast when they lost out in the final, and this will be the first time in 22 years that these 2 teams will be coming up against each other at the Africa Cup of Nations.
And Selina, tell us briefly then about the other semi-final game this evening. That is Senegal-Egypt, kicking off in less now than an hour.
Well, Nadia, this is once again another battle between 2 former Liverpool, one former Liverpool star and another one who's still at Anfield. That is obviously Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. These are 2 big stars on the African continent, and obviously a lot of expectations on their shoulders to deliver for their national teams, especially for Mo Salah. He has not won an AFCON yet. It's the one trophy that has really eluded him in what otherwise has been a very illustrious career for the Liverpool player. He's lost out in 2 finals, including most recently in the 2021 edition final when he lost out against Sadio Mane and Senegal in a penalty shootout, no less. It was actually Sadio Mane who scored the winning penalty for the Lions of Teranga. Salah didn't even get to take his penalty. He was marked down as the 5th penalty taker. So he's got a lot to prove at this AFCON. It might be his last shot at the trophy. Mane, obviously a bit less pressure on him. He's already got 1 AFCON trophy under his belt. There used to be a squad that was largely built around him, but now we've got a very impressive Senegalese side with lots of stars in this side. Alongside Mane, there's Nicholas Jackson, there's Ismaila Sarr, Pap Gay, there's Koulibaly at the defence, Edouard Mendy, Iliman Ndiaye. So a very strong squad on paper, though we can never underestimate the Pharaohs of Egypt. They obviously the record 7-time winners at AFCON, so they know a thing or two about delivering in big games. They beat the defending champions Ivory Coast 3-2 in their quarter-final to get to the last 4. Obviously, Salah hoping that his quest will continue for that AFCON title that has eluded him so far, but I think it'll be a very close one to call between these 2 very, very good African sides, Nadia.
All right, Selina Sykes for us there in Rabat, watching those games very closely. As I say, that second one kicking off in less than an hour now. Thanks very much, Selina.